No sword in my hands, just a will that won't break. I've seen modest terror tremble, felt every quake. Sam carried Frodo when he couldn't go on. Now I carry that heart even when hope is gone. Then came Gandalf's staff, lit the sky. Even the darkest times still let light fly. From Isengard's fall to Helm's Deep's last stand, I rise with the brave, not just sword in hand. Don't fight for crowns, I don't kneel to fate. I stand like Eo and I won't hesitate. Aragorn's cry, Theoden's charge in the fray. I'm the flame in the dusk of the break of day. I don't fight for crowns, I don't kneel to fate. I stand like Eo and I won't hesitate. Aragorn's cry, Theoden's charge in the fray. I'm the flame in the dusk, the break of day. Fellow of the rings, I give it all. From Moria's dark to Mount Doomfall. Fellow, beyond the pain, we fight till it's over, we rise again. From ashes we rise, we answer the call. We stand for the light, we are one for all. Born with the fire like smog in the air, but I learned from Boromir, beware despair. Power corrupts, the ring's heavy price. Gollum fell chasing it twice. I saw Denethor fall, blinded by fear, while Faramir stood, silent but clear. Galadriel's grace, but a fire inside. She passed on the test, while others just lied. I'm not just a fighter, I'm light through the shade. Like Legolas swift, and Gimli unafraid. From Rivendell's peace to the Black Gate's cry, I rise like the eagles, I will not die. Fellow, we give it all. From the Shire to Shadow, we heed the call. Fellow, beyond the flame, with hearts unbroken, we rise again. Through trolls and wraiths, we rise through the fall. We stand for the weak, we are one for all. Fellow, through fire and stone, from ends that march to thrones overthrown. Fellow, no fear remains, even Sauron's shadow breaks at our name. We carry the ring, we answer the call. We stand as the light, we are one for all. I am here with the fellow of the rings.
Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to another session of the Mega Server in the Moas YouTube channel. How's everybody doing? Happy Friday, guys and girls. Give me a second before I get yelled at, or yelled at, by typing, by text from Necromancer. Let me clear all of these red dots here. I don't want to be yelled at, man. How's everybody doing? I did, Cleona. Oh, see, look. Necromancer was the first. Whoa. We just barely started. Come on, Avicii. Come on, man. It's Saturday for you, Drew, already? No way. Shout out to my boy Avicii with the €6 super chat, and we are 2 seconds into the stream. Let's go, baby. What's up, Sam? Yeah, guys, don't forget to do the simple thing. Hit that like. Let me have a look at how many likes we had so far. What's up, Noah B? I saw your comment, by the way, on that you watch on the next day. That's amazing, man. We had, so look, almost 1,000 views, 63 likes. Come on, guys. Regretting this KFC followed by Ben and Jerry's now. I mean, it probably did sound really good right before, when you were eating it, but maybe not as much now. Logging into verbal abuse, fellow. What's up, Kyle? My boy, Kyle. Kyle, why are you... where is Kyle? Is he in the chat here? Why are you pretending? There you go. Why is Kyle pretending to be a meanie when Kyle's one of the nicest people I've met in this game? What are you doing, Kyle? You can't fool me. Kyle is legit an awesome dude. Look, I've met so many good people in this game. This is one of the reasons why. Have I told you guys how many times I've considered quitting this game? A lot. So, but there's so many awesome people that it's just. Of course, I really like Lord of the Rings. I really gotten used to and fond of this game, but you can never quit. I'll find you. But I know the people here are just nice, you know. I know. Look, I know that we ban. You know, I'm not a type of guy that do ban. What's up, Helm? What's up, Warpath? Let me see here. Come on. We got Ark, Captain Jimmy, Cleona. We got Mark, Luxie, Avicii, Necromancer, Eduardo, my boy. You got Ark. I think I might have said Ark twice. We got Avicii, Livian, Elderbird, Hohen. I'm sorry if I butcher your guys' name. Messi the Goat. 4 pellets on the way. You can't quit now. I have not, Avicii. I have not. When I have some feedback, I'll tell you. Well, who else? Got Noah B. We got Drew in the house. Super Cow Jr. Awesome, you guys hop in. And what's up, Helm? Again, happy you guys joining in. So let me tell you guys something really quick. There's a comment in my Discord that was posted from somebody. There you go. Eduardo, I'm going to have to show these photos to my wife, so please don't delete them. This is so cool. Eduardo is sitting in his living room with his big screen TV and the stream on it. And he's taking a couple of photos and sending my way. That's awesome. Please don't delete them. I have to show them to the wife. So there's a message in my Discord, if you guys want to check it out. And it says the following. I won't say who it's from, but somebody posted in World Chat. And it said the following. So somebody was writing, it's good to see fellow streaming this mega server. And then somebody, replied to it in the World Chat and said weak streams, and I'm not the type of guy that does banter, but I understand how people joke around, I guess. And so, at the end of the day, after I read that, I kind of noticed how people are actually quite nice. But in the game, they try to play these characters. Some are, some are trolls. Some are, they pretend to be mean, but they're actually, nice people and stuff like that. And so it's all good, man. I enjoy it. You're too nice for banter. I don't know. I can get pretty angry. Look, I am very intense in this game, though. That's the funny thing. I'm very, 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 very intense. What's up, my boy Avicii? Come on, man. We're 8 minutes into the live stream, and Avicii coming in now with the second super chat of 12 euros. Man, come on, brother. I crazy appreciate that, but Wuss's bombs took years off his life. Oh man, I just got Wuss's bomb just now. Look, funny thing, look, let me show you something. For people that were wondering about this whole Wuss's bomb thing, is it worth it? Is the Wusses doing the job, or is it the commanders? Okay, let me give you an example right here. The guy running this, Selenith, shout out to him. He sent me a DM earlier, or a couple earlier. Look at this. Instead of running Wusses, he had to run something more expensive. Look, he had to run 2554, which is a little bit more than what he usually does. Of course, did extremely well, correct? And he took out 198. Not as good as what he usually does. I'm assuming is because the speed from the Wusses actually helps him stay alive longer. And so, still good though. I'm assuming anything that's very fast. If people are not necessarily running Wusses, you can run anything that's extremely fast. It's gonna do well for you. I would even argue if he ran T1 scouts. So if he ran scouts, They have 17 of initiative. I would argue that they'd be cheaper than Wusses and probably do the same thing. That's what I would assume. Sam, you want to go through this today's world chat? I didn't have time to go, to keep reading world chat, so I'm trying to. What happened in world chat? What's going on? I don't know. Have no idea what happened in world chat. Maybe you guys can summarize it. RP versus NRP argument. That was the conversation. What? Submit about Guldur and Erebor lying. Why did we lie? Missing the point was to give initiative to the commanders for the first 4 rounds. Yes, but that's what I'm saying, Tim. The point is, if you have units fast enough, you're gonna go first anyways. That's what I'm trying to explain. Okay. The 40 HP, I get it. Yeah, it's something you have to test. Do they is the fact that they still have 40 HP, is that allowing them to stay alive longer? I don't know. What I know that the reason why he's gone with Wusses is because of the speed and initiative that grants you initiative for sure. What I'm saying is, potentially, if you don't have Wusses, you can still do something similar by just choosing a cheap, very, very, very fast T1 or T2. That's my point. I know the trick with Wusses. It's great. That's not what I was really going after though. Evil Herbert. Okay. Change the setup a little bit here. Putting Undyne in place. Getting Undyne to Z hopefully soon. He was R9 just a few weeks ago. So, we need another level here. 249 already. So if we could still get another 8 and be at 257, that'd be even higher, closing to that 300 gap. Huge. Yeah, but it's not guaranteed you're gonna hit first, as enemy might have faster commanders or full agility set. That's true. That's a very valid argument. That's very valid argument. But as you can see, he still did very decent. Even though he was running drummers this time. This is still extremely decent. He took, he did 198,000 of damage and took 107. I mean, he would have taken only 97, but he got some madness bomb there. Don't look in the toilet. He talked about the women. Women? What's up, Elvin Blade? How you doing? All right, Tim. Hopefully you understand my point. Is that if you don't have Dane and Gimli are slow rollers? Yes, for shizzle. All right. But funny, interesting. Look, this is interesting. Everybody seems to be going into the central area already. So Arnor took this over here. Angmar took this over here. Erebor took this one into southern Anduin Vale. And Guldur has taken these 2 passes over here. So everybody's already in the central regions. I'm not sure if any fighting is happening though. We got a couple of forts from Angmar here. You got from Sat and Pandemonium. Not see much more action inside Dol Guldur though. And of course, everybody has farmed this area. I haven't gone into this area at all. I'm kind of focused on the PvP aspect now and not taking tiles anymore. I mean, of course, I'd love to get some higher tiles, but gotta get to a point I'm gonna have to drop all of these stones and just have grains everywhere. Sorry, a petition to stop Arnor's rain sniping. What's up, Sweats? Oh, that's rough. I mean, there's a guy in our team that's just crazy. Crazy sniper. Ooh, baby, let's go. Let's see. Give me a second here. He's drinking my favorite drink. Which one? Oh, Portuguese one. Eduardo, which one is? What flavor is it? You're gonna have to send me one, man. What's the flavor? Oh, he's drinking a monster, a Portuguese monster, the one that they only make probably in Portugal. I'm gonna have to go over there just to give me some. There is something that I gotta do though. I gotta go south to get me some evil man. That is gonna take me a while. I need some points. 4 ability points. Look into Isengard. Isengard. Let's go, Isengard. Are you taking the Hobbit's Isengard, Captain Jimmy? I mean, the art for this game is very decent. Wow, look at this! Look how cool this is when it's like up bigger. That looks pretty cool. Ooh, bears wrecking some forts over here. Sheesh, they're breaking through. Orthanc is gonna become Guldur. Yeah, I need to build the fortress. Gotta take it. Got it. Where's the spring? Oh, they took the spring here. So where's the other spring? Is it just one spring over here? Oh, not the other. It's over here. Oh, but then yeah, I went to hit this tile over here where the fort is, and Selenith, I guess, is it Selenith that was here? Well, he was defending it, so he took half of my life out almost. And then, yeah, look at this. Jeez. I mean, I did better this time. Usually, I will usually take like 190. Only took once. So basically, yeah, not too bad on this one, actually. League plays. Oh, Phil, I wanted to mention something. I assume it's on purpose by the devs, but the manuscripts you get from buying it were never adjusted after the update. Still only 10, which is one item's worth. That's true. I did a lot of damage to myself this round. You are absolutely right, Jimmy. I think it's right though, League. From what I understood, when they created the manuscripts, everything becomes a 10. It's not. Well, what was the adjustment? From my understanding, look, I have a bunch of manuscripts, and they're all 10. I believe that's how they intended them to be. I believe that's how they intended them to be, though. I need to. What units do we have here? Ooh, that's what we needed. Yeah, baby, I got some Swan Knights. I can reinforce. Ooh, it's not that much, but we'll make do with what I believe so. They're only offering 10, which is 100 respect, but that's less than before. Yes, you're right. You're right. It should have been. Let's have a look at the pass. Well, not this. Where is the pass? So the season pass, the manuscripts. But I believe, look, I believe you go. So this is open to select command and receive their times 10. So is it 5 boxes that has 10 in total each one? So that would be 50, right? Which would be then the amount you're talking about. So that's 50, 60. Maybe you're right. Maybe they did decrease. Because definitely there aren't that many. I'll hit support up and see. What's up, Super Cow? Weak stream, weak server, weak Moscow. How you doing, Moscow? Okay, so we got this. Can we find anybody that we can hit? Definitely, PvP has been hard to find. Can we go over here? Who's here? Imagine if they need buffs and nerfs every month. That'd be very hard to see because we're struggling to get new commanders coming out, you know? So that's been hard enough. Oh, I gotta make my screen bigger. It's too small. Here we go. Tell you better not get off. That's rough though, Kyle. I mean, I couldn't see them doing nerfs and buffs monthly though. All right. Eduardo, I'm definitely not, man. I'm so bad at this. Oh, I am bad at getting jokes. Oh. Imagine now the map is renewed and there is Valinor and Angband and Autumno. Now that would be crazy. Every game does monthly adjustments, just needs to be minor. I agree, but you know, I think the same games that you're talking about also have a lot more commanders coming out, a lot more things coming out very often. Whereas the things have really slowed down in the game for years. You know, Dev Sim confirmed. I mean, I wish they did. You know, I'm not against it. I just find it hard for that to happen, honestly. Or what am I cooking? Do we have any more? So we got the limit. Okay. We got it. Let's work on some. I guess these guys aren't half bad. We can do some of these. Can't use my APs because I need APs to go down to get me some freaking. Oh, what's it called? Half trolls. Should have gotten half trolls earlier in the game. Had to find me one down here now. Okay, half trolls. Half trolls. There we go. I do wish, though, they add more. That's the same one from before. Can I find a closer one to a... Like, if we march... 5 hours. You gotta be joking. 3 hours. All right. See, when I see a really cool trick, I'm gonna show you guys a really cool trick. Before we do that, let's see if we can find one around this area because I know I'm gonna have to come from this region. Before I show you the trick, let me show you. Oh, that one is taken. That one is taken. That one is taken. I'm not gonna bother other people. Shoot. Okay, there we go. This might be a bit closer. If I march here, 3 hours and 18. I think that's a bit faster. Let's ping this one. Let's go. Oh, my lord. Forgot about that. All right, so we can ping this one again. And we go back to this over here. and find the other one we're looking for. Give me a second, guys. Give me a sec. Where's the one that... this one. All right. Ooh, Golo took my idea. I'll show you what I'm talking about, though. All right, 325. We can... this is going to be better if we go the other way. Yep. Because I believe... 321. I might go over here just for the sake of being away from those guys. So, I don't have range. You were correct. Now tell me why I'm looking into this and I'm not using the ring ability yet. I can't use coordinated conquest, can I? Ooh, that's the other issue. Need to find me a fort first. Right. The beauty is that all I need actually is to be... I'm going to march. So let me tell you guys what I'm doing. That's this one. I'm going to march over here. It's going to take me 3 hours to do that. And so in 3 hours, I will have enough points for the coordinated conquest. So that way I can be here before I have the points. And when I have the points, all I have to do is use them. Instead of now waiting 3.5 hours for them then to get here, I can already be here and then just use the ring ability to take the tile. That's the idea. Okay. A lot of little hacks that you can, use to your advantage to save time. Now I need to see if Elrond can actually take it because I need somebody that can siege it down. Where is he? Yep, that should be fine. Yep, we have 10 hits. That's some poor siege damage right there. I have to switch. Elrond can do anything. You, sir, are a very optimistic person. He does now. He's legit. He's good. All right, so I need some land units, though. Some small units that can actually siege. So maybe some grunts instead of these guys. Yep, 3 something. There you go. That's all I need. That's fine. So what we do now, we go marching. We go march. If nobody takes it from me, you are correcto mundo. I mean, nobody has taken it, so nobody has taken, so I'm hoping nobody will. So let's go march all the way over here. 3 hours in. Oh, that's gone up to 5 hours. I don't want to do 5 hours. 5 hours. Yes, it's because I changed to... That'll be 3 in the morning my time. You know what? We're going to go. We got time. We just got to make sure we're here, so... What's up, Soldier84? Shout out to my boy Soldier84 with the super chat, with the $5 super chat. Thanks for the good content as always. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate your support. I know money isn't easy to come by, so honestly, everything you guys do is very much appreciated. Now, the thing is, we're going to have to find us a fort. I need to find me I mean, we got this fort over here. Should be enough to land, to take one of these things here. And so, unless somebody has a fort around, I mean, there's a fort here too. So we good. We should be good, right? Yep, that's enough. That is enough. That is enough. The cool thing, that's true though. The good thing is 5 hours gives me enough time to then have enough points for also the fort. That's so 3. Yeah, in 3 hours I have 10, and technically, yeah, there should be enough time to build it. Perfect timing, guys. Perfect. How your free-to-play account looking like now? I've been checking it from time to time. It's looking decent. I haven't really. What's up, Wyman? Boa noite. It's decent. I gotta do an update on that too. All right, guys. Who are we hitting? Where is Undying? Yo, Jockwert. Jochwert. You're gonna have to send me an audio, man. How to say your name? Because that's the third time I butcher your name, and I feel bad, brother. I appreciate the €5 super chat, man. You guys are incredible. I appreciate it. You are just amazing. Take off the beanie and I'll drop some. You know what? You drop some and then I'll take off the beanie. I ain't taking off the beanie before, man. Come on. Oh, let me hit this guy. Let me hit this guy. Let me hit him. Let me hit Mordecai. Come on, Mordecai. Don't move, man. Let's have some fun. Let's have some PvP. What a negotiator. Oh, man. You guys are funny. I kind of want to hit these guys. These guys are blocking the way. So, look. One thing I do hope that they add in the future. He will do the hoodie before the beanie. Maybe. More like to see Ice Grim not get muted on World Chat than Fellow take his beanie off. More like. Oh, I saw his shoulders once. Oh, you guys are funny. Oh, good times on Friday, man. Honestly. Oh, Mordecai, come on, man. Stop moving. Why are you running? Let's see what he's hitting here. I don't want to take the tile. I don't care about taking that tile. Okay, it's probably he's just baiting at this point. No, he's got a decent army. Why is he running? I don't understand. Okay, I'm gonna try to hit him here. If you go, this is the third time I'm going for him. If he runs, then I'm not gonna go after him again. Speaking of future updates, how would you tweak troop builds to make them more competitive? Well, oh man, how is he taking this so quick? He's making me waste my stamina, that's for sure. Already down to 147. He's completely bald. He needs to keep his ears warm. I don't know, maybe I might be. All right, so if he runs, then I'm done chasing this dude. There you go. He didn't run this time, did he? Nope. Yeah, baby. Finally got some PvP. Boy, he hurt. He hurt bad. That was not a fun fight. See, that's why I need some unit defense gear. I went back to just full elemental and stuff. Kind of feel like we need to go back to a little bit of that defense gear because that's really hurting. So we took 130 something. Yep. I mean, it's not bad by any means. It's basically half, but honestly, not the greatest though. I'm not too happy about that. And this one. I got 250 defense. How am I still getting hit this much? We took 36,000 of damage. That's crazy. Considering how much defense we got. And this is all physical damage too. Oh man, but he's sitting on a lot of attack, yeah. People would have troops to fight if they were not sniped 24/7. That's rough, Isildur or Sweats. That's rough, man. Look, I understand the pain. I'm not the look. I don't usually snipe because I'm just not. I guess I'm not. It's not just my style of of game. But I've been sniped many times, and it forces players to be much more watchful of what they're doing, and it's definitely not. It's not the funnest at times. Okay, we got Marsh over here. One thing though I wish they improved is the strategical element of the game, because it's still just tiling at this point. You know, it's I miss the I said this before. I miss the 1.0 style of tiling. Compared to this, for PvP, I miss the old school styling. The old school tiling system. I miss it. I really do. Okay, so maybe we'll go here. Hopefully this guy will guard, and then I can get some fight. They're gonna go for rabbit, and what do you guys? And what's up, Vizio? My boy Vizio. Vizio, you are in grits this season, aren't you? Curious if you have thought what challenges would make if you had power. Curious if you have thought what changes I would make if I had the power to. That's a good question. Look, it depends. If they said I could bring 1.0 back, I'd probably bring 1.0 back. Because it allowed, not even talking about, you know, how whaley and things, right? It just allowed you to play more commanders. Now you're stuck with 10 formations only, which I think it's too little. If you're letting people, especially in NRP, if you're letting people use 70 commanders, but they're still stuck to 10 formations, I think that sucks. Even if some slots were dedicated for certain type of commanders. So for example, I would open up 5 additional slots just for, oh man, no, I took it, man. I should be PvP. Come on, dude. You freaking stealing my PvP, Alexander. That is not cool, man. You know what? I'm gonna ban you. Just kidding. See, that was my hit, bro. You're stealing. You're taking away my merit. I should kick him. Alex is a stream sniper. Oh, I get it. I'm trying to go up in merits. It's been really hard this week. It's not much PvP. So, like I said, I miss the 1.0 style of tiling. I think this I definitely don't think is as fun. What's up, brother? What's up? I don't think, yeah, like I said, I don't think that this style is as fun. I don't know. It's just, yeah, it's a bit strange, but I just feel like there is no real strategy. Maybe it's a thing that us players have to kind of dive into. But I feel there isn't a whole lot of strategy when it comes to tiling and positioning, you know? It's basically, once you start getting pushed, there's not much that you can do. So what I was going to say, outside of the tiling issue, I wish that they implemented more strategic things to the map. So, for example, I would create 5 slots, or at least few more slots, that would be dedicated for siege commanders. You can only, basically, you can only siege with them. I mean, how does that work? I don't know. I'm just saying, because I think that, keeping yourself locked to 10, it's not very cool. I have commanders that I would like to try, but I don't want to keep having to keep removing troops and doing things. Just give me 4 or 5 slots just for siege that I can siege with. Give me commanders that have siege skills. Right? Like Gothmog used to, like real siege skills where, if I usually do 1,000 per hit with a regular commander with alchemists, I'm doing 2,000 with Gothmog. And for example, if I use 4 Urukai commanders, let's say there's 4 Urukai commanders, correct? If I use all 4 of them just for sieging, they get an extra buff for siege. You know, so if I use Gothmog alone, he has a commander skill that gives 50% more siege, correct? Does Oglerk still have that skill? I'm curious now. Oglerk used to have a siege skill as well. Does he still have that skill in his R2? I doubt it. He used to have that skill in R2, right? But yeah, there's no skill for siege anymore. Yep. So, you know, so if you're using just Gothmog, you have 50% more. If you're using all 4 Urukai commanders, you get another 50% siege damage. That'd be cool, you know? And just things like that to make the strategy aspect of the game just better, because it's rough, you know. I don't think there is. Basically, what you try to do in the game is find choke points, crossings, passes, you know, little slips in, like, you know, in the mountain that has only basically 2 tiles to pass through. Everything else, once they get through those regions, there's not a whole lot you can do. So that's why I think we do struggle a little bit with. There's not a whole lot of strategy that goes into. I love Seafarers. I mean, I think they're okay. Was it? Oh yeah, Super Cow. I think they're okay. I'm actually waiting to get some Woodmen. I think in my build that I'm working on right now, they'd be very useful. And then besides that, I want to get some. I need to get me some half trolls. The build that I'm working on needs half trolls, so I'm working on that now. Who is this getting uprooted? Oscar. This guy, freaking tiling genius over here. He closed me off on my fortress. Couldn't do anything. Or my fort. Ooh, baby. Come on, who is this guy? We're lagging. Oh, Lady Spiff. T2 Marauders, best troop in the game. They're great. I agree. They're very, very good. Let me see some comments here, though. The idea... Vizio, did you answer my question? Are you in Atmi's team? Aren't you in Atmi's team in the news in the server 1/server 2? What do I have on my Undie? My Undying, he has this. That's what he has right now. Trying to get him closer to Z. Gotta get him to Z. The bad boy to Z. Let's see. Give me a second, y'all. Gotta see. Oh, yeah. You need Nold or even Reckoning would be good. Yeah, I got Reckoning on my Undying. Everyone will make your Swan strip and become PLWs. Make a super 2.2x2 tile army of Drakes, Werewolf, Beasts, and Mumas. I mean, that's one of the things I definitely changed. I removed the Colossal thing. I think it's ridiculous. Oh, Alexander. See, you guys gotta know that I'm just kidding. You know, that's what the game is about, man. Everybody's wanting to get some hits. That doesn't matter. We're just having some fun. I am very funny thing about me though. I am very strategy intense. Look, I put so much time into this game, sometimes an unhealthy amount, that I take strategy very, very, very serious. I'm not joking. I take strategy extremely serious. So I like to plan things ahead of time. You know, I don't like to overcomplicate things. I think over planning hurts, but I like planning. I like having things well. No, hey, we're gonna go here. You have 2 days to get to here. It's enough time for everybody, and so I do like it. So I'm really strategy intense. I don't like I said, I don't mind losing. Oh, come on, come on, come on, yeah, boy, we get a hit. Oh, we're blocked. Wait, okay, so where? Guys, let me take it. I'm sure. Oh, Isaac is not gonna let me take it. Dude has been taking merit all day. He's been stealing merit all day. He's not gonna let me take that hit. Shoot, Isaac, my boy, you watching the stream? You don't take it. I mean, I can get close, but I'm sure the four guys here sitting for that. They're there. I'm not gonna go. I do need me some merit though. Maybe if I get close to this one, somebody's gonna try to block me, so we get some merit there. Sweet Vizio. I'm glad you're still playing actively, in a season team. Awesome. Order this season in grids on the season 2 server. I'm less active on the grid server because Matix is a slave driver. Yeah, see, that's the thing when you play in a very active team, man. You're gonna push you to the limits. So you're coming here to defend without knowing that I'm sneakily coming over here to hit rabbit. See? One point oh is better than every. I agree. There are some aspects of 2.0 that is fun, but I can't compare. I can't compare that way. See, I mean, the 4 formations, I'm liking it now, but we could have done just fine without having to do that, So, oh man, I want to hit this guy. Who's coming? Oh, I feel like taking it. Can I hit it? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go over here. Oh man, I can't. I'm not gonna take his hit. He's gonna go. People are coming to defend. I kind of want to take a crack at this, man. Oh, can I make it? Oh man, come on. Oh, it's too long of a walk. He's there already. Darn it. Oh, he stopped for me. Can't believe. Look at that, man. I got some great hearted peeps in my team. Oh, you ain't taking the panda or bear. You ain't taking that hit, bear. Or that's not Golo. What the heck, dude? Did this really stop for me to go and hit? No way he did that. That is freaking awesome, man. All right, got 2 hits. Let's see what happens when I land. Let's go, baby. All right, while he's walking, let me check your guys' comments. The 1.0 Italian was the best thing ever. I have to agree. Now being extreme. Oh man, what are you doing? Step back and wait for me to hit you, dude. Where are you going? At least we'll get to hit this guy. So the idea of commander builds, commander counters, etc., way better than the 1 meta army we have now. I have to agree. I think it's much harder for them to create diversity in builds now because it's 4 commanders. They have to adjust multiple commanders at a time for them to, and I'm not saying it's not possible. All I'm saying is because things have historically been extremely slow in this game, it's hard for me to believe that it will happen, at a rate that we would like to see it happen, So what's up, poise? So if taking 1.0 back is out of the table, right? We can't. It's not gonna happen, right? So, ooh, baby, look at that. How well did we do? Can't lie, I'm happy with that hit. Can't lie, I'm happy with this hit, baby. Oof. All right, all right. Oh, he's got a 1.0 piece of gear here. Nasty you. All right. Oh. Not bad, not bad at all. We shall draw. I need more levels on these guys. I'm so under level. I've been changing commanders like every other day to try different builds. Like I'm telling you guys, I go so intense into the theory craft, even though there isn't as much, you know, or as we think. Kai, you said 1.0 but 5x the barrack space. You know what? So let's remove the idea of 1.0. I still think we should get more barrack space. I don't think that 150,000 is big enough. I think they should allow us to save as much troop as we can in order to PvP. You guys know 150,000 of barracks will go like this when you're PvPing like crazy. And so I think that they should increase it. This is my personal I've always said this. I think they should increase. That too, Steve or Riv. Put Elrond with Snagas and Azog plus Thorin. I'll try that. What is... Oh. Ghost. I was going to say, what is Baurea? But I got your point, man. I got your message. I want to hit this guy now. But I can't. It's blocked. Let me go back here really quick, guys. We were talking about Siege. What's up, Finn? How you doing? 1 is definitely more fun for tiling. This is just luck, faster extreme activity. Exactly, Riv. I agree. It's too much. Tiling is it takes too long for anything. I just think if you want to slow the game down, create actual mechanics for the players to use. Don't tile us to death because you want us to go extremely slow. Let me go back here. Give me a second. Just create mechanics in the game to allow you to defend, allow you to create slow points, but don't force this on us. You already have limit tiles. You're already limiting the tiles itself. Like, we can only get 120, I think, by the first few days of the server. You have passes, you have the Gale stuff. Now create things where we can fight and create slow movements and things like that, but don't force us to, don't stop us from playing the game. It's just crazy. It's just nuts. It is purely to slow down. I agree. 1.0 allow free-to-play players to contribute more. Tilers were vital. Yes, true. I mean, you can still tile like crazy. The issue is I do think that 1.0's commander balance was off. I know it might not be a popular take, but the imbalance, being able to have a R4 Grima take out the R15 tier 3 commander makes no sense to me. From a financial standpoint, it makes no sense. Because how is it that you basically spend $100, $200, and you're able to wipe out something that somebody invested 10, 15 grand into? It doesn't make sense. I don't think that part of it was fair. But there were other elements to the free-to-play stuff that could have been better. Martin M, back on focus on troops counterplay with one commander. Back on focus on troop counters. They could add map objectives to give buff. I think that would be cool. Those kinds of things I'm all for, League. R5 Gothmog asks for refined white shield, 70k siege damage. Those were heaven. Yeah, I mean so much siege. Huh? Commanders should have passive synergy skills. I agree. That's something I talked about before. So I don't know if you guys remember. Atme used to do videos on the EA game that got shut down. The Heroes of Middle Earth, where you had a team of 4, and depending on who you use, you got different passive synergy skills. I think they should do the same. Yeah, Riv, they do. Free to play can still contribute. It just does take a lot of effort. Sounds like you could make those updates in Bloodline. Bloodline would be interesting. Bloodline is basically useless. Bloodline is essentially just an extra little thing. Now, something that I'm going to contact support about and just get a clarification is this, okay? Depending on the Z level that you are, right? Look at this. So, when you get a commander from R15 to Z1, which is probably going to cost you, I don't know, it might, if you're very, very conservative, maybe $500. I'm shooting, I'm just guessing here. Maybe $500 to $1,000 to go from R15 to Z1. If you're very conservative, if you're patient. But let me tell you what I need to get some clarification on. So from R15 to Z1, it costs you about $1,000. Let's go to $1,000. And you get, I don't have R15 that I can look yet. But you get 3 damage, right? You get 3 damage, 3 points in damage increase and some other things. And when you get a commander to Z16, and let's say I want to get him to Z17, this is what I get. You get 1 extra attack, 1 extra defense, and 1 extra focus. Can you guys help me make that make sense? Can you guys help me make this make sense? This doesn't make any sense. So this would cost anywhere from, probably around $4,000, maybe $5,000. I don't know. I don't even know how much it would. So let's say I'm spending $5,000 and I'm getting an extra attack point, an extra defense point, an extra focus point. This doesn't make any sense, right? And that's 75,000 points, correct? They figure if you can spend 50K, you can spend 100K. Well, that's fine, Vizio. People that are at this level can. The issue is, like, what are they giving back to them? I think because not many people have gone to these levels, I think they haven't really put any thought into this. This is what happens when you go to Z18. You get 1 extra skill point. And I do think, and I'm going to hope that it's just an error because nobody has really gotten to this point. I need to contact support because it makes no sense. Why would somebody go to Z20? Why would anybody go to Z20 like for this? Exactly, Vizio, exactly. And from Z16 to Z17 equals what, 3R levels? Yeah, basically. Because it takes, let's see, a Z5, it takes 13,000. A Z16 takes 75. So that's 5 times. Sweats, I don't know. I mean, I don't think I've seen anybody with a Z18 yet. Maybe there is. Yes, to Z18 takes 90 grand, 90K points. For 1 skill point, it makes no sense. Makes no sense. All right. So hopefully it's actually an error. And I need to find out because I don't know. It is very, very strange though. And Elrond just hit the below 5 hour mark. Yeah, boy. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. Do we have troops? Oh, they're so far away. It does to Neddy's pocket. That's true. Is it really worth going above Z1? So it depends on what you want. I would say that for the majority of players, R10 and Z1 is the goal. After that, you focus on, or in between, you focus on gear. Support commanders, you can stop at R10, not a single problem. Damage dealers, you go to Z1. Now, there are commanders that is at Z10, they become optimal. And that's extremely expensive, okay? It's extremely expensive, but there are some commanders that are Z10, yes. Yes, Riff, I agree with you. So let me tell you a few of them. Dane, no. I mean, if you're gonna run dwarves, getting Power of Bloodline to almost max level is a nice little bonus for the defense, and just for the defense actually. But this skill on its own is pretty much useless. Okay, this is pretty much useless. This here, this is useless. Okay, him. I would argue that Saruman is worth it if you got. That's what I'm saying. If you are the type of player that has this kind of money, it's worth it, because if you're gonna run especially a full evil team, the extra defense makes you more tanky, makes you survive more. And I'm not saying here if it's worth necessarily like financially, but the commander does function better with this on. But again, he's not critical. He's just a nice to have. Okay. But, for his damage build, it doesn't change really anything. It just makes him a little bit more tanky and his whole team more tanky, essentially. All right? Him, 100%. His build just gets better and better. True, Riff. True. That's also a good point. You're right. He just gets better and better. I'd say that he just gets that much better at Z10, because you get 5 points here, right, for the damage, and then the other 3 essential skills full. Galadriel is another commander that at Z10, she's extremely good at Z10. She just gets, beautifully well, because now she's able to give the madness. Not everyone gotta go to sleep for that super early hours grind. All right, my friend, you take care. See you tomorrow, hopefully. The whales are nerfed. Too much money spent. I think the nerfs are very hard. For sure. The money spent a lot of times is not equal to, for example, 1.0. Nice, Super Cow. Good job. All right, at Z10, the good thing about Galadriel, she gets the madness here. She gets the double attack and focus, which triggers her relic. Make this whole tree complete, which is nice as a tank because of the healing and then the defense stats, which then at level 10 you give another plus 15 unit defense for an ally, which is always good, and then the cleanse that she gives from her R4. I'm not gonna go through all of them. I'd say that Bjorn is one that basically goes kind of useless after R10, but Z1 you need the damage, right? And I say he kind of becomes useless because a lot of times, you're not gonna really this doesn't really do a whole lot. You're not gonna run Bjornings really. They're quite expensive, and stat wise, they're not that good. What's up, Andre? How you doing? So these 3 trees are the key. The thing is, I would say power bloodline would be nice, but he's so niche in what units he can run. They're all extremely expensive. So I would never say, power bloodline is going to be useful. Yes, Scout Z10 extremely good. I say Azog as Z10 extremely good. He got his 3 main skills, and then Brutalizer, which at level 5, gives you that plus, plus 18, but that would be plus 9 at level 5, and then another 1.5 for every 100 commands. So that do 7 times 1.5. That's 11. So basically, another 20 of attack and defense for 3 formations. I say that is incredibly well. That's a build that's worth, if you're going to spend that high, it's worth keeping. Let's just go one more. Shadow for sure is one. Let's go with the final one, which is Helm. I say Helm is... Helm... At R10, you're good to go. Not sure if you need to get him to Z10. Most of the times, you're not going to run to... I mean... In my build, this would be extremely good. Yeah. This would be extremely good as Z10 for me. This would be beautiful. It does force you to run 2 mediums, but it still is a nice synergy to have. Increase in... look at this. We got some guys. Ooh, they're defending again. What's going on? Oh, they're sieging this down. Got Nil. Chaos. Who's all coming here to give us a hand? I mean, I'm not full, but I might still take the hit, see what happens. I'm so bad. I'm not bad. I'm so behind in merit that I'm kind of just going for whatever at this point. I'm still in what position? 34, man. People just keep going up and up. Now the next goes to hit a mill. That takes us to top 20. But I mean, of course, everybody's still fighting. So Isaac is the one from Odin. I'm not sure. Is he? Let's see if we can find out. Can't. Oh, Riv said, yeah, he is. There you go. All right, guys, let's see what else. There's a lot of comments going on today, so have a quick check here. We're still uprooting in Eisen. I think so, Fnoxy. 90k food income and can sustain 2 T4 units. Are you saying you can't or I can't? I did like the arcane arts in whatever server type it was. That's Rings of Power. Yeah, it's actually very decent. I like the ring skills. I think they should have these types of abilities for every server, Make tiling faster, make tiling slower, make this, do that. That way it makes it more dynamic. Ooh, who's coming? Is it Morgoth? Is it Morgoth? Oh man, I'm not full. I'm for sure getting wrecked on this one, but we'll take one for the team. What's up, Pilios? More barracks unless there are dwarves in the barracks because they are fat. I will be trying the full focus starter mode, my friend. I think I did try a couple of times. Not sure if I wasn't too impressed yet. Oh, I mean, I drew at least. I didn't get it completely wiped. Barely did any damage, though. This is why troop formations suffer, though. Ooh, what happened here? What? I mean, this guy is a big boy, too. 276. Oh, that's not a bad roll. That is a very good roll, actually. That's what I want on my Dane. Extremely high HP and a lot of commander attack. I think I have a really good roll, though. Yeah, this guy is big. Barely did any damage, though. That's crazy. Might need to change Sauron to do some troop damage instead. You went all the way to round 10, but barely any damage. That sucks. Well, at least... Yeah, boy, I passed Golo. What's up, Golo? Come at me, my friend. But there's 3 people to hit now. I'm losing all of that merit. All right, let's pull these guys back. I'm gonna need some units being sent over there. After Z10 is a scam. Yeah, 300 respect items. Yep, 300. That's why I've been slowly saving up Bjorn's. Although, I personally think I would prefer to push Dane. If I was going to push anybody to... I mean, he's already at Z17, so it's of course, already easier. But Bjorn is like almost a third of the way to Z17. And for now, I'm just saving it all. Almost halfway. But I want to contact support to find out if this is actually a glitch. Because it makes no sense. There is no benefit, really, to go to Z20 at this point. I feel like it sets some kind of boundaries. Like if the Kraken can grow to infinite extent, how are lower players even able to play the game? Well, there's... Michael, it's a good question, but there's probably like, I don't know, 20 players that are at this level. You know, there's like 20 players that are spending at this level that it wouldn't really hurt the balance of the game. If everybody, if you have, out of every player that comes in, out of every 10, 5 did that, 4, even 3 did that, then there would be maybe an imbalance, but there aren't that many spending this kind of money. That's why I think it's not really an issue. Exactly. I think it's a worse. Like Captain Jimmy, I think, has a really good point. Like they're stopping people from paying more money, literally because of those useless things you get after Z1. Exactly. If there was more benefit to make your commander stronger, people would be more willing to spend. They would be making more money that way. So I gotta reach out. I was talking to somebody today. I gotta reach out to support. I did ask the bartenders and stuff. They have no clue. So hopefully we get some kind of news. How is the season go? Season is going okay-ish. Okay-ish. Right now, like the fighting, there is some fighting going on, but we'll see. We'll see if these pins stay. I mean, is Angmar still fighting? Yeah, they're still fighting. There's a few pins over here, and one by the pass. So Erebor took the pass, and I think they're starting to grill into Angmar here. Flee, you fools! That was from Bogo Hontus to our friends in Angmar. The one issue that I do have, and look, I learned to be a better what's the word? I learned to be a better sports person, and losing in the game during and after last season. It's weird, everybody says that they want to play this for the fun. But as soon as they start losing, you're going to see world chat going, people calling people names, people creating these narratives to make other people look bad. It's like, why? Like, why are you playing a war game where everyone, there's essentially going to be one winner and a bunch of losers, right? Like if you're playing Risk, there's always going to be that one person that's dominating most of the map and everybody else there trying to survive, right? Trying to to do a little bit better. So why are we getting angry when somebody's winning? You know, why are we yelling and cussing at people and trying to tell people to do things to themselves? Which, by the way, I've seen a lot of these messages. You know, like why? Like, you know, it's like, if you're playing a war game, which means you're gonna lose quite often, or at least sometimes. I don't understand. Getting upset at your team. This is where I would get upset. I would get upset at my team for lack of organization, for lack of planning. Those things I'd be upset about. I wouldn't be upset about losing. Like I said, last season in Utes, we got obliterated. It was my funnest season in the last year and a half. Had a lot of fun. Because that to us, that is the point of the game. It's to have fun. It's to have good fights. It's to improve the builds. There is the team goal and there's our personal goal. My personal goal was to hit, I think it was 7 million, 8 million. I can't remember what my merit was last season, but it was my record. And this season, I'm hoping to break it. I'm not sure if I'll be able to because there are people already kind of, I'm not sure if people aren't playing, but at least there's conversation of people saying, I'll see you later, guys. Good. It's like kind of hinting that they're not going to be as active anymore. So I hope that's not the case because there's still a lot of the season to go. I do understand if people say, it's easy for you to say because you're winning. Or we're not winning, but against Arnor, I guess you can say we're winning. But look, I was in our team last season, got zeroed by 6 teams. So I know the feeling of getting attacked by multiple teams, let alone if it was just one beating us. But it was 6 teams coming at us. And it was the funnest I've ever had. At least in 2.0. In 2.0, that was the best season I've had in 2.0. And you guys know it's been 2 years since 2.0 hit, or something close to that. All right. Instead of paying off for all those respect items, we should all band it together to buy the game rights from them. Imagine how much money that would be. Isaac. We all was saying about how troops should be cheaper earlier. It would be nice if those relics were more attainable. Yeah, I was talking to a friend today about that. Like, why is our relics so expensive to make, to refine? They're so hard. We're trying to refine more of them. It's so costly to do it. It takes so long. Yeah, less troops, less damage. That's the ultimate disadvantage of these commanders. Yeah, troop commanders suffer a lot because of that. Because you can't really, like you said, less troops and. So I don't know that part of the game. I don't know exactly. I know how to balance because a damage commander can still do quite a lot. Even with little true future. But you guys can see from Selenith, right? Where is it? Here. Less than a fourth, and it took out almost half of my army. As you can see, it's very effective. If I had that many troops in my my troop formation, I wouldn't even take 1/10 of their life. It's just weird. I miss killing pixels. Bagging is becoming boring. Man, Shane, are you not going to join a server? I send some T1 comms and have fun. I've been debating that. Not a whole lot that I want to send, though. The only T1 that I really care about sending is going to be Axok. That's the only one. Everything else is... I already have another account. I already played them. Not really interested in, This is the only guide that I care about because I have a lot of points that I can get into Z, probably around Z5, Z6. And I love to play around with them a little bit. So this is probably going to be the only one. Not really interested in getting Hirgon to Z. I think he's cool and everything, but I don't see the reason why, or either none of these guys, at least for now. Have I ever used a Thranduil? Yes, Thranduil is a great commander. And I'm not joking. He's actually really good. Of course, you got to build around him. But He would benefit from Z10 too. Yep. That would be the only T1 that I would bring to Z10. Ori, I mean, Ori was really good for me in 1.0. I actually had a R17, R20. I think it was I think around R17 Ori, and he was very fun to play with. What do I need? I need some cheap damage commanders, or some cheap these guys. I need some mountain trolls. Okay, I gotta get rid of some later too, cause okay. Kraken still die to 2 hits from whales. Yes, they do. I haven't seen anybody take more than 2 hits. I haven't seen anybody do a 3rd hit and win. He does have one of the highest damage stats in the game as Z. Who are we talking about? Oh. Who are we talking about? Oh, it's Helm. Funny enough, exactly. It's funny. Helm has one of the highest damage stats at Z, but he's not a damage dealer. It's so funny. I mean, he has a damage skill, which is R4, paired with his unit damage. Makes no sense. Don't play the lottery skill game. Don't give the devs more of your moment upgrades on relics are a waste of your gear and dollars. Is Ori Ascended Beast Commander in the game? Yes, and AJ, someone's always a loser. Most of the time, it's immaturity, my friend. That's, yeah. I would have to some extent, agree, yeah. Can get mad at a well team killing a dolphin team on a pass. True. I mean, it is. There are some strategies that can be done to mitigate, but that's the thing. If you don't have, these are the type of games you either have to overcompensate with strategy or with your wallet. You know, smaller teams have to learn strategy. They have to. Now, how much strategy is there in this game? That's a good point, but let me mind I share you something from earlier this week, yesterday to be precise. Okay, you see this fort here. Okay, that wasn't here before. My fort before was like right over here somewhere. Oh geez, where are we? So right over here somewhere. We were starting to build a few forts here. There was a base here and a few forts here. What happened was there were a few tilers from Arnor who started cutting off our passage. They started taking tiles all around here. Right? So this is a strategy for everyone to learn if you haven't done this before. Good night, Andre. Good night, my friend. You take care. So we got about 20-30 minutes still on the live for today. So what they did, let's say the forts were here. Okay, they're building. What they did, they locked in our commanders here. There were like 3 or 4 of us. So they started taking the tiles around, and then you know what they did? Then they sent mains to take out our armies. And then we couldn't defend the forts anymore. So we couldn't reinforce, and we took a couple of hits, but then if nobody was able to come and start taking the tiles so we can open up the reinforcement line, or for them to come and defend for us, there's nothing we could do. I lost two or three or four forts just in this region in the last couple of days because of this strategy. So they overcompensated for the lack of bases here because a lot of them are uprooted. The ones that were left were taking tiles around and in stalling our movement. I couldn't go up any higher because my fort was in my territory limit. So I actually lost quite a few hours in AP points because of that. So there are some elements of strategy that you can do. It's just there aren't a whole lot, you know. It's tiling. If you're not blocking people, right? If let's say, you know, let's say this is the example. Let's say everything over here is all red. You can't get through. So once I take this tile, I can go freely from here. Let's say the crossing is red, correct? I can go from here to their crossing without any sort of restriction. So there's a lot of tiling management, looking at, you know, at pathways and cutting those off and things like this, which it's cool. No, it's a strategy, but I feel like there's not a whole lot after that, and that's what sucks. So weird. I maybe try a hybrid Guldur. Interesting. Ballin was fun to play 1.0. Oh, Andre, he was my go-to commander for basically every season. For a lot of seasons, he was my go-to. Look at those barracks, more than half. You have been slacking, my friend. Oh, the issue is I have a lot of units that are not part of the current build that I'm using. That's the crazy thing. You know, for example, Elrond has a lot of units here. Bard, who is tiling for me, I think he's full of units as well. So I have a few tilers that are not at level for, you know, for this. I'm just taking tiles with these guys. Somebody taking my tiles here. I'm gonna have to take them back. I think we're good. Yeah, we're good for now. Nobody's trying to take my tiles. Yeah, boy. So would be very lucky RNG to take 3+. What do you mean, Riv? What do you mean? What do you mean by 3+? Sorry. Sell 800 gear, purple gear, get 20 mithril. That's basically how it works. I think I had a really good roll on my relic for Dane. Dane's relic is, yeah, see, 24 attack and 4 unit attack. I would love for this 4 to be some HP, but I trade this for this any day of the week. But 24 attack. Oh, that was about Kraken hits. Yes, I don't think I've ever seen a third hit where the Kraken won. I mean, versus very small. Look, versus free to play, very small players. Yes, that's easy. But we're talking about hitting like a whalish dolphinish to whale. You know, you're not gonna hit 3 and win. Take care, League. Have a good time at the gym, my friend. Did feel disgusting asking that. I mean, if you have enough command from other gear and relic, could try a damaged weapon or accessory if boosted enough by synergy comps. Could be interesting, definitely. I'm assuming you're still talking about Guldur. I don't know how well it'd work in practice, but theoretically it would make sense. I've been sniped again. Jeez, man. I'm sorry. Oh, that's rough. Oh, that's about Helm. Gotcha. Yeah, it could be interesting. It could be interesting that it's just fun. It's just, you know, it's just one half a skill. 280. You know, it's how much damage can you really expect from that? And I just feel like it's just so low, so low. That's part of the problem, is that it requires good level of activity. The tilers have to sit there and send multiple armies sometimes to block it off, dodge people, drop their own tiles, and take those. Exactly. I think it's, yeah. I like I said, I don't think tiling should be 5 minutes. It should be 1, 2, maybe, or it shouldn't even be any. It should just be, you know, like 1.0, you had the 3-minute protection, and that was it. You know. I think this whole thing is just too much. What are we running? How fast can we send? That's the question. 14. Okay, we might be able to do another hit with them Swanites. Okay. And the Seafarers. Let's go. Got 3 hours to go here. Another example is Rain Snipe. While it is lame, it does level free to play, and Wales been getting torn up all season, not even by a whale, just a mid player. I mean, yeah, because you're just killing, you know, you're just killing the commander that's there. Now, you could transport the units with an actual army. You know, I could send an actual PvP army as a transport. That way, if somebody's using, you know, an eagle army to wreck me, you can just send a small unit army with Frodo and Sam as a tank, and then Gandalf the Grey, or, you know, I don't know, even Gil, and 2 other commanders to wreck that piece of eagle crap. Maybe that's what I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna set up Frodo and Sam with an actual army, and then see if what happens when people try to snipe. Great idea, Sweats. I appreciate it. I mean, I still remember Riv a bit of the tiling. I still remember it. How many points we got? So we got 8, close to 9. Oof, just 8 now. We just got 8, so I need 2 more, baby. 4 hours and 7 to me. I'm still, even by the time I get there. Why am I sending Elrond? I mean, no, I'm sending Elrond because, yeah, I could have just sent an eagle army, but I'm only gonna get the camp tomorrow morning anyway, so it's whatever. What's going on, Melda? How you doing? I asked if you ever used Thranduil. Oh, sorry, Ghost. Yes, I have used Thranduil in the past. I actually enjoyed using him. Good. Is he better than other tanks? Not necessarily, but it's a commander that you can use if you like playing, you know, themes. You know, Cletion and Shojigs are 2 players that I know they love playing with elves, and so give me a sec. I'm just writing a message here. How you doing, Melda? What's happening? It would be nice to be able to run usable theme comps of every race. It would be cool. It would be cool. I mean, look, I've seen people prove that there are some that you can. Yeah, boy, Saruman and Scale for the win. I mean, look, if it doesn't work, you can always swap things around. You got enough gear and respect to do that, my friend. I'd love to test back on Dane. Man, this guy is just so crazy awesome. You wanna know what I love to see in the future is NetEase. Okay, let me. Can I predict something? And I'm just predicting because I'd love to see this. I predict NetEase using the character models that they made for another game in the future. I hope they do. These look so. Imagine having a like Battle of Middle Earth style game, or the old school like the PS2 or whatever, with these character models. Imagine, whew. Or a League of Legends type of battle royale or like game with these character models you can actually control. Oh, this would be so dope. It would be crazy good, man. Crazy. It would be crazy good. But then where's my investments in this game go? Oh, I'm saying in the far future, Riv. Like in, I don't know, 5-10 years from now. That's what I'm saying. Like once they decide, that this mobile game no longer is viable for them in like 10 years, because it's gonna be viable for another 10 years, guys. I'm seeing it 5-10 years still in the future. Like, hey, we have to close this game, but you know, exactly 5-10 years in this period. They're gonna make the great game. Will they return all the money spent? Yeah, you know the answer to that, my friend. You know the answer to that is a for sure, no. Look, if they keep making improvements to the game, I'm okay. It, I just, like I said, the biggest peeve that I have right now is with the lack of actual battle mechanics. It's just there isn't any, guys. I just wish there was some actual battle mechanics, instead of just using passes as choke points. I just wish there was some more cool things, some ring abilities that players could use individually. Imagine how cool it would be if there were some battle, like, some actual ring abilities that you could activate as a player to help you better, play your style. Because look, right now, a quick march for 5 ability points. When? When do you ever see this? You don't see, it's hardly ever you see people using 5 ability points for anything. You do it for like, for that like coercive, no, not coercive conquest. It's that conquest one. Which one is it? Coordinated conquest, right? Everything, and you use it for gathering and extractions. That's true. The levy as well. But I often don't use urgent support. I often don't use mind sharpening. No, but I mean, when was the last time anybody's used this? Quick march definitely be faster, but also I don't think it should be this expensive. You only have 20 points. It's just it just lacks a lot of battle mechanics. I hope we do. The quick march is viable in 1.0, but not now with no protection. What do you mean no protection? All right, we almost there with our units. Might get another hit here soon. I think the game should also have a system to help leaders find new recruits as well. Now you don't. Oh, now you don't bounce. You just hit whatever is there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bouncing was such a fun mechanic. That was at me. It was all things Middle Earth. It wasn't at me. In the old bank crew. That's the only one I remember being on there. Bank, 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 bank. Might have been, could have been. No, I mean, I don't think it was King Under the Mountain. Was it? I don't think it was him. Oh, Chisgul. He was one of the very first ones to do stuff. I mean, you guys, you remember seeing his video when he said he was quitting? He said the reason why there's two reasons why he was quitting. One was Balian was Toby then, I think, but they were teamed up in the season with Bank. Yeah, I mean, I loved watching all the initial content creators. You know, Chisgul, Randy. I think Chisgul, Randy were the very first two that I remember watching. No, yeah, Chisgul and Randy, yes, and then Amy, right shortly after. I really enjoyed watching their content. It's just it's just sad that they all moved on. So, but Chisgul, there was two reasons. One was because just partnerships wise, he found better partnership opportunities with other games, probably offering just better incentives and better things, better deals. But the second reason was taming the game was very time consuming. It required you to be very very active to do the mundane tasks like leveling and all these things because it reset every season. But the other one was the fear of losing the gear. Because if you guys remember in the past, before they came out with the Elven Hammers, every time you put a gear into another gear to strengthen it, that piece of gear was lost forever. You guys remember that? So because of that, he said, look, it's very hard to even think what to do with my gear, my commanders, because every piece of gear here, I mean, first, we don't really know exactly what we're doing. We're learning. But then you don't want to, you freeze on your decision because you don't know if what you're doing is going to be good or bad. So it's a psychology thing. If you don't know, if you're losing that thing forever, you kind of don't do anything. So that just didn't feel good for him. He kind of, so he moved on. Those are the three reasons why he ended up quitting the game. Better partnerships, very time consuming. And the other one was the fear of, doing something wrong with his gear and then being cursed basically, forever. Because now, oh man, I just broke a very good piece of gear. And and there's nothing else you could do. So several reckonings died that way. Oh, so many good pieces of item. So many. I don't even remember the things I broke in first season to like fourth or third maybe. I don't fully remember. And so yeah, it was tough. It was tough. He taught me how to guard. That is funny. All right, so let's go next. We're getting some peeps landing over here. Is he still doing YouTube? Yeah, for sure. He just does a lot of other games. I think Rise of Kingdoms is one, and some other ones too. A bonus to defense for a guardian would be good. That would be interesting. That would be good for shizzle. All right, let's see what we can do. We got one more hit here. Oh, we got some guys over here. Oh, but I can't hit. This is blocked. Oh, that's why they're going over here. Oh, man. Can I get here? I mean, maybe we can go over here. Let's see. Oh, that's 9 minutes though. Okay, let's see. Do we got somebody over here to? Got this guy here. The Immortal. All right, we're going to go over here because I know if we go over here, somebody's going to try to block us. Let's just go. We'll wait. I'm going to go watch 10 videos and so to remember good times. Do it, man. I lied. The gym is closed for some reason. Get people to use stamina on it instead of just smashing back and forth. How is the merit board? Good question. We got Bad Boy Raven at 2.3 mil. That's a lot of merit. We got Order. I got this guy here. We got Dumbo, Liver Boo. After Raven, everybody's kind of closing in, so a lot can change. You got Jack Skellington, Myth Love, Jack Sparrow, who is Price, I believe. The Beast, Kitten, Zulu, Bone Crusher. Look, Selenith is at the top there. And everybody else is kind of fighting for the top spots now because everybody's closing in on each other. I just got to get me closer up here. Golo passed me, man. What? King under the Mountain passed me. I got to find me. My mission for the weekend is find as much PvP as I can. No matter the costs. Bird army. See, yeah, I could try some bird armies. The thing about bird armies, I think, let me give you an example where I think the dev should start thinking a little bit more. If you're running Guahir as your main commander, right, as the leader, you should be able to use all your 100 stamina without getting the debuff. What do you guys think of that? I think that makes sense. He is a bird. He's commanding a bird army. I think that's how it should work. Captain Jimmy, that's a good question. I mean, that could be a reason, but I remember him writing recording a video and explaining his reasoning for quitting his journey in the game. Exactly. So there's a lot of things that could be done to the game. It's just whether or not these guys care enough to do it at this point, you know. There's a lot that they could do, little tweaks, little passive skills that they could do. For example, can I give you guys another cool thing? Because, Frodo and Sam are, they kind of snuck into Mordor, right? If you want to keep to that theme, if you're leading Frodo and Sam, right, you should be able to have a shorter fog of war within your enemies. So, for example, let's say fog of war is 5 tiles away, correct? You should be able to sneak in, be able to tile 2 tiles away from something and they cannot detect you. You know, like the little alarm doesn't go off, or like the red notification here doesn't go off. You know, if they're able to get into Mordor, they should be able to tile close to your base without being detected. I think that should be done. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. There's so many cool little things that you can add to the game that it will just make the experience a little bit funner, you know? Exactly. It shouldn't show anything up until like 2 tiles. No notifications, no arrows. Out of nowhere, you just look at what the heck? Why is there a red army here? You know? Why is there an army right in front of my base? And nobody saw no arrows, no notifications, nothing. Of course, as soon as they hit structures, when they hit structures, then it gives a notification, right? So if they're just taking tiles and things like that, no notification. But as soon as, for example, let's say I'm right here, I got to this tile, no notifications, no arrows. Once I go towards the base, then you get the arrow, you get the notification, and that's it. You know? So, I mean, this is just ideas. At the end of the day, I think where we currently lack the most and where people are quitting or just being bored out of their minds is the battle mechanics is just poor, I think. Oh man, I could have gone over here. Maybe I'll deviate and take my army to fight over there. We got 130. I mean, might as well just wait. I don't want to wait. Keep wasting my stuff here. You're going to sleep anyway. Waste that stamp. Get married. That's true. That's true. That is not a lot. Yes, because in other mobile games, more ugly work better. Yeah, I mean, of course, there are games that are a lot more ugly and they don't even have a lore or anything. They have some better mechanics than we do. That's true. Do you have a rough estimate how much was spent on the account you're playing? No idea. No idea whatsoever. I think in order for anything to get done, there needs to be an actual business proposal letter sent to them explaining what can be done, etc. They need a reason. Well, that's a good point. But but the issue is it's really hard to even get any communication with them. You know? We'll see. We'll see, guys. We'll see, boys and girls. We will see what's up. Where is this bear, guys? If this bear guy is behind me in the line, hey, baby, I'm coming for this hit right here. Yo, my boys and girls, allow me to introduce myself. Sorry, guys. Just got a couple of DMs got to reply to. Gee, boy, look at this, bro. Eduardo, my wife's gonna be she's gonna smile at this. It's gonna be so good. So good. Ernesto, potentially, but I have no clue. I have no clue. Bjorn Starman, Gandalf the White, and Starman best better than Undyne and Gandalf the White. I don't know yet. That's a good question, Ernesto. As you can see right now, my levels are below, right? I'm lower level here. My Undyne is not high enough. I'm testing this right here for now. I do have to improve the troops. I do have to change. I need to run something else where it is now. These troops are. These are fine, but for my build, I need another troop here to give you a better answer. But essentially, at the end of the day, think like this. Undying is just an evil style of Gandalf the White's skill. Let me give you an example why, and why sometimes even Undying is better. Because what we usually what we do is the following: we compare Undying's evasion to Galad's evasion, and you say that's not fair. On one side, I agree with you. It's not fair because you can get 3 rounds if Gil is slower than the attacking the units, armies. Then you get 3 rounds of evasion. True, but then you have the other downsides. You have to run elves, who are not the tankiest units. They're not the worst, but they're not the tankiest units, which is a downside. And they don't give evasion to the commanders. Okay, whereas 53 seconds go. There's more coming. Yeah. They probably watched this. She said, I'm going to snipe this fool. Whereas Undying, you don't have any limitation. Who is DMing me? Oh, let's have a look. We'll have a look in just a second, guys. Love to see Law's report. Where Undying, you have its evasion for any unit, right? 3 formations. Same for Gil, it's 3. But you're not limited to unit type, and it protects the commander as well, right? But you say, yeah, but Undying's is based on instances of hits, whereas Gale's is rounds. Okay, I get the point. But so is White Council. If you told me, yeah, White Council gives you, ooh, okay, good hit on the first one, but he was probably half already. Ooh, leveled up. What happened in the second one? Let's see what we did. Jew, baby, not too bad, not too. Oh man, we got wrecked towards the end there. Bane, you stink. All right, let's pull back. I don't want to get zeroed here. Right, so the other issue is on the other side, White Council is damage reduction for 7 instances, correct? Which is more than Undying. Let's have a comparison, right? 7 instances of damage to 4 ally formations. Okay, it's a little bit more, but right, this is not too bad because you got for this is 3 formations for the first 5 instances. So you got 2 less instances, 1 less formation. Fine. But at the same time, you got to consider the following. Damage reduction still takes damage. Now, if it's minus 50%, okay. But so you're getting minus 50% for the first 7. So you're already losing troops, all of those hits. Your commander is losing HP, all of those hits, correct? And then after you're taking full damage. Where with Undying, you're taking no damage at all. So what is better? 5 instances of 0 damage or 7 instances of damage reduced? I'm seeing a lot of formations not running Gandalf the White doing extremely well. Sometimes better than with Gandalf the White. Right? 17 hits versus 28 hits, evasion, a percentage to proc, very high, but still a percentage. True. I completely get you, Riv. But some builds are proving to be extremely effective without White Council. All right, guys, have a look at this report over here. So of course, we did the first one really well. Oh, it was Bjorn. I was hoping that it was going to be Undying. I'm surprised to be taking this much damage with such a tanky formation. Could be the level difference, but then maybe I need to have more evasive action, because evasive action is damage period. 12% extra from focus, from poison, all that good stuff. Although it's him doing most of the damage. Okay. What's the 213? Not a crazy high either. Okay. But the second one, this one kind of hurt. Ah, see, look at this. No white council. No white council. Captain Jimmy, no. As a tank, I don't touch focus. I mean, in this case, I could probably remove one of these, or I could potentially swap some of these gears to increase the focus. Would not be bad, to be honest, to get around 100. But as a tank, I'm primarily focusing on the unit defense and still doing 26,000. And as he levels up, the healing gets better too. So damage wise, we did quite a bit. We did a little bit to ourselves too. Healed 220. So we didn't do too bad, but let's see. I think Bane has a pretty good account too. Z1, 65,000, not bad. Z6. I mean, I'm not losing to a completely small account, but then again, I mean, guys, yeah, I'm getting countered here. So that would have been less damage too. I mean, we can probably do some focus. We could potentially do some focus. Swap one of these for like a Call of the Forest, and then something here with focus, like the Fiddle of the Eldest. Maybe those two still be above 200 with 100 focus. That could be a good. Maybe that could be a good try. Maybe it's worth a test. Yes, he has this one, the evade. Probably helped him quite a bit here too. Good report though. Good report for Bane for sure. Let's see. Okay, we're in second place now. Still, 100,000 behind Isaac. That sucks. What's up, Cass? Long time no see. How you doing? I'm doing pretty good. How are you? How's your server going? All right, keep your secrets. What the heck? Quick play. It'll be interesting. Tom Sumner on my server. I got 400k merit as a free to play. Maybe in 1 week of fighting. That's really good. I was 3 weeks on vacation in season and could not play so much. That's actually pretty high merit considering, I'm pretty intense and I'm at 400 and 550 now. Evil has nags and vanguards as strong T4, but good has all these high HP units floating around. I mean, we have T4s with high HP. Evil has some really good high HP regular units. Eduardo, yeah, I agree. I think it's better to not know. Or like the Woodman, which I now hate with the dumb evasion RNG and the protect features on units like Shire Protectors, Swanites. Yeah, I mean, that's why, that's the cool thing about the two different sides, You got some units and commanders that have a specific type of skill. You got the other side who have another type. That's what I used to like about 1.0, and to some extent we still have it in 2.0, 45. Okay, fine. So I can't even get scrolls. Where are my purple scrolls? If you or more players do need T2, that would be good. That would be good to have T2s. I agree. Yeah, you have to try to get a direct entry with it. Finding the contact is the hard part. Yep. Have the feeling you have to win in the lottery to really have a good account. As a normal person, it brings nothing to spend because it would be way too few. I mean, nowadays in 2.0, you have to be very you have to be very careful on who you spend on. You're gonna get by the end of season 3 as a free-to-play or just a season pass player, you're gonna have a lot of the probably gonna have all of the T1s unlocked and very close to R4 as a free-to-play. The issue, and that's the thing, it makes sense considering that this is a game you have to pay to get stuff. You know, it makes sense that you, as a free-to-play, you get all the purples. It makes sense. And the issue is when you compare to 1.0, it doesn't make sense. But considering other games, you know, you're lucky to get a tier 3. T2, after a few seasons, you should be getting a T2 to R2 to R4, even as a low spender. The hard thing in this game that I found is the gear. Getting the gear to be competitive is the hard part in 2.0. That's been the struggle, to be honest, for me. Looking at new players and things. But you can still be faster than Undying Evasion with pre-battle Nazgul, right? That's a good question. League, Riff, can you answer this question here? I'm not sure. I haven't checked the evasion and the speed difference. If you know the answer to that, please reply. RP Evil never had White Council and always did well. Exactly. That is another good point, AJ. League, I played both sides, and I feel that Evil is stronger, but has always been stronger. But because there is less Evil players, they usually get overwhelmed with numbers. Who is most powerful on your server? I don't know. I know that there are a few very big players here. You have Raven, you have Dig Duck, you have myself. Law is pretty big, I'd say. There are a few other accounts in the kids crew that are very, very, very large as well. So, but there are probably, I'd say there's probably 10 to 15 players in various teams that are very, very, very big. Your command is quite low, actually. Are you talking about for Undying? Command on Undying is low. What? Yeah, because I have to finish refining this one. It would be, I'm still missing 2 refinements on this one. So that's missing 192. That's missing 50 to bring me to 6 something. But besides that, there's really nothing else I can do. 130, get an extra 10. That's not, yeah. Barbarossa is big. Yeah, no, that's probably more than 15. There's probably close to like 25 big players. Considering Order and Lame, you got Maddox's account is huge. Yeah, true. So there's probably around 25 big players in this, like really, really big, that can run like 4 teams. What's up, King One Eye? I guess. 36.1, that's 560. Needs to find me a 600. No. 590. 37.4. Yeah, that is a big jump. 37.4. No, it's going to be like 3 or 4%, AJ. Mavia's Tom Bombadil was huge. Yep. Daka was strong. Yeah, Daka's account is big, but he's not in this server. Yeah, Undying Command won't go much. I'm missing 60 here. I can take it to 660. Up there about. That's the highest because he doesn't have a command gear. But I could potentially get some more focus. Definitely the focus would help a little bit on the healing. Considering that I have, 250 of unit defense already. So you could potentially try something like that. Maybe go with more evasive action here. Later, fully refine this. Drop a bit of the defense here to split between two. So still be above 210 potentially, but then have, you know, some more focus. Maybe. Not too bothered about that though. What's up, Gerardo? The game needs something with the tiles. Look, 200 by 200 red tiles is very hard to look at that. What do you mean? 200 by 200 red tiles. Rain zero's not huge. I mean, rain wizard is big. We have confirmed. Have we confirmed on Dyna RS can be cleansed for more healing elsewhere? Good question. I don't know the answer to that. I haven't thought about that. Maybe some other evil main players can. I mean, look, it says here it can be purified. There you go. The answer here is for you, Corb. No, not Corb. Oh, if Ring Zero has 8 as Z5 plus, and that's a big account. So yes, it cannot be cleansed, cannot be purified for extra healings. No, Daka's account is, I think somebody has Daka. Somebody is definitely with it, I believe. Avicii. That's true. I also like the 30 command from Zenith. You are correct. So I can get close to 650, which is very, very high. Talk about 40 HP, Riv. Yeah, that's true. I mean, Guardians have 43. They're the only tier 3 with that high HP. Great Beasts actually have 43. Is it 43? I think Great Beasts also have pretty high. I don't know if Lafayette is playing. I mean, the Daka himself, I don't think so. If you go fast and dying, you're giving up something else, which probably shouldn't do for scouts. Yep, I would agree there too. Let's see him. Yeah, I was doing the math yesterday. Let me see here. So Great Beasts 1150 divided by 25. They have, so Great Beasts, if they were, dividing to make it equal to one supply, they have 46 HP per supply. If you compare that to a Swanite, if I was comparing that to Swanite, the Great Beast would be a 92 HP medium unit, 92. Swanites are 93. That's pretty tanky. Defense wise, the Great Beasts are lower though. They're 44. And the Swanites is 60. Plus another 20 at the beginning of the rounds. Yarbonet is huge. Yes, he has a pretty hefty account. Good question, League. I'm gonna write this down. Give me a second here. I'll check it out just to have an answer for that. Give me a moment. I have a place I leave all my notes. All right, leave that there. There was another question that I didn't have the answer to. Oh, it was the evasion one. I don't know why they let you use flyer stamina normally when it isn't full of flyers. I don't know why they let you use flyer stamina normally when it isn't full flyers. But Colossal costs 80 even if it only costs One. So I think I have the answer to that. Basically, I believe what they've done here, Riv, is just to avoid people doing those fire. Remember, people were doing fire bombs. You remember that? People just having basically like one or two flying units in each of the like the Nazgul commanders and just bombing people. Order does have, yeah. So they basically patched that when people were complaining about getting these ego bombs everywhere, because people just they're sending into full armies and doing, 30% damage to them. Exactly. So what basically it was just a patch to solve that problem, which then made a bigger problem because now people don't use flyers for anything related to battle. Like you tell me, this is the stupid thing that you tell me that one of the new features of 2.0 is that eagles can go over mountains and hit the enemy on the other side. But now you're saying you can only do that for the first if your army is basically full of stamina. After that, you can't do it. So it's like one of those dumb patches that they do because people are complaining. And I think it's a valid point. But then again, should I now, for the same reason, get all these reports from Selenith and say, look, you guys are allowing players with a fifth of, this is bigger, but the other reports, a fifth of their full armies and, taking half of my health. You think that's fair? Because the flyers were doing even less than this. The flyers were like taking off, like they're basically using 2-3 units to take off a fifth of life. Flyers are just used to destroy fortresses. Yeah, that's dumb though. They have no siege. That's the kind of thing that I'm saying. We're lacking strategy. We're using a unit that has no siege potential to siege things because now they become useless. It makes no sense. So I think it's a matter that people complained, with somewhat of a reason. So they nerfed the flyers. But now they created a bigger problem. People don't use flyers anymore for battles. Like why would I use Guahir for any fight on a pure flying army when I'm gonna get nerfed after hit 5? And if I have to move, then actually it's after hit 4 because I'm already using 10 stamina to move. It's just one of those things. I don't think they really thought it through. I think they should remove the nerf to the flyers and just let people deal with it, man. Just deal with it. It's part of the game. It's you do it too. You can get you can get all the cheap, if you're a dolphin or like a small whale, get all the Nazgul, do the same thing to people. There you go. You got a nice little army that just bombs people away. You're welcome. But no, they just solve those issues. Let's have I forgot to look at this. It's one of those issues where people don't really, the devs, they thought of a cool feature, but then people started complaining, and that was that. So, Donald Duck. Oh yeah, that's Najay. What's up, Najay? Let's look at his report. Oh, fully refined. You went all out on this bad boy, huh? R10. Ooh, almost fully refined too. You've been very, very, very cautious with your stuff here. All right, I need me some woodmen. That's what I need. Law, look at this. All right, no tank. A lot of unit defense. Whew. 43,000 healing. Nice one. So you did 291, but they took 299 because of the madness. That's a decent fight here. All things considered. Love it, AJ. Love it. Where y'all getting this mithril? That's kind of the thing I'm asking. I'm like, so hard to get mithril, and these guys like running around with fully refined relics. All right, guys, 2 hours and 36 until my TF is done. My tactical fort. Elron is on his way. 3 hours and 30 minutes until he gets to the point that he needs to go. We are close to 9. Then we get the last one so we can finally take the tile. And then after that, we get to build our fort to get some half trolls. I'm excited to try half trolls. Oh, okay. He had her for... Okay, sounds good. Sounds bueno. And sometimes you don't use just 20 stem flyers, like maybe a little more, like 22, 24, so even less hits. Yep. You know what, guys? Look, we're hitting 2 hours and 30 minutes almost. It is Saturday for me. It just hit midnight, so it's Saturday for me. You know, things are slowing down. I'll give you guys my next couple of steps here. Finish building the tactical force so we can continue having some PvP with her. I'll call them rivals. They're not enemies. Enemies, no, one of those things. Our rivals for the season. And 19 million here, 17 here. At the same time, we're moving south with Elron and his crew of tilers to get us some evil man to keep trying some off meta builds for y'all. Can't reveal them yet, but we keep cracking on them. Tomorrow we shall be live again, and hopefully there's some more PvP. Hopefully barracks are full and we get a lot of stamina and a lot of fighting going on. All right, but punching pals, exactly, there you go. I want to see your account killing pixels. So do I. What's up, Vichy? Good night, my brother. So for tonight, I shall bid you guys farewell. I appreciate everybody, all you guys that have been on today. Avicii, my friend, thank you for the super chats today. I appreciate it. What's up, Tom? You know, Avicii, Captain Jimmy, Riv, appreciate it. Misic, bro, Robin. No way, Robin. No way you're getting here just now, my friend. We are finishing. We are finishing the live. Boa noite, Eduardo. Boa noite, Captain Jimmy. NayJ. See who else we got still here. G2R. League Plays. Corb. Who else? Is Silderbane. We got King One Eye. We got Gerardo. We got Anatar. Let's see. You got Cass. Tom Somner. Let's see Simon. Ernesto. Zora. What's up, Robs? Good evening, Robs. And all you beautiful people. I don't want to make sure that I'm not forgetting anybody. I think I covered the most active ones in the chat. Hope you guys have a great evening. And Robin, you're gonna have to come tomorrow, man. Come on, what's going on? Yes, guys, don't forget the likes. It helps push the content out to more people. I shall see you guys tomorrow. CJ Gaming, I appreciate it. Good night, my friend. See you guys tomorrow. Stay fresh. And don't forget to continue your grind in your own seasons. See you guys tomorrow, guys. Wow, that was the worst ending. Take care, everybody.